Hello and welcome to the Emerald Glow time lapse. Now in this video I will be showing you how I paint this illustration in a speed up way, about 200% faster than the original time of it. So I actually am not showing all of it, just I decided to make this video after I have completed a lot of it, like probably 6 hours in. I thought, why not make a video about it? I guess it's never too late. So at this point, I'm talking right now. I'm giving finishing touches onto this character. This scene is about this crazy, let's say, treasure hunter is looking for this emerald stone, which has some kind of power in it. It's in some kind of a sci-fi setting. You can see a little bit of the background, but not too much, because I'm giving focus into the foreground and to the character itself. So basically, the total time of this character painting is around 8 hours. Not straight. I've broken it down into a couple of days. It's painting like maybe an hour and a half. This speed up video is around 2 hours, which I made it into 25 minutes, so it won't be too long and you get bored. Yeah, at this point I'm giving more details to the hands, and I'm thinking that I want to show some bit more of his wrist, but I'm not sure. At the end I'm actually adding that wrist. We'll see if I keep it. Working on the hair, because at that length I was not sure about the hair. It constantly bothered me, so you'll see me going through that same area a couple of times. Fixing a little bit of sleeves. As you can see, we have some green light in the background, but the main light is coming from the sides and more of it from the left. As you can see, it's lighting his hands, his shoulder, and some of his face. I'm trying to give some reflection of the green light that's coming from the background onto his jacket. And also adding some more details. Again with the hair, I want to give some more flow to the hair, so it's not like a big chunk of a shape. Just make it more organic. The trick with the hair is that you must paint it as a whole, and not just adding like a hair by hair, because it will look very unnatural and like it's grass, and you want to be more like organic and paint it as a whole, and then maybe add some hair here and there to be more like it's moving or something, so it's not so even and perfect, because it's not. Yeah, and I'm messing with the glow of this emerald stone. I'm not sure how I like it, because if it gives out too much glow, I will have to get the reflections on his hands, the hair, and his face. So I'm thinking how to do it. But in the end, you'll see that I will erase a lot of that, like right now. So it gives some glow, but not too much everywhere. Yeah, but I will add reflection to the areas, as you will see. Yeah, more details, bouncing around the piece. Using, as you may have noticed, the color pick tool a lot. Now here I'm adding a color layer and adding some color in between the fingers so you can see the glow in those areas coming out, so it's more realistic and natural looking. Yeah, I'm trying to add also to the fingers, but delete it because I don't like it, how it messes up with the colors. Adding a new layer. As you can see, I've made already 29. I'll be making further layers as I go to finishing this piece. Now I've decided that I wanted to add some details on the cigarette. Why I added the cigarette? Well, I guess it brings kind of to the atmosphere and the into the design of this character that he's smoking, so it's kind of maybe a detective. Maybe he was looking for the stone for something. Who knows? Yeah, now I'm just trying to paint a little more of his white shirt. Not sure how it's going to his jacket here. As you can see, I didn't add any buttons to his jacket. Yeah, working a little bit more on the face. Now everything you see was painted by hand, so it was a long 8 hours to flesh it out. My next time-lapse video will be from the beginning of the painting. I'll probably keep it between 15-20 minutes and I'll talk you through it so you don't get bored. Okay, working more on the hair. Maybe just adding some shadows. Yeah, as you can see, I just don't seem to like that area at all, so I'm just constantly fidgeting with it. I'm trying to add some more light and reflection to the hair from that light that's at the right of us. As you can see, that white source that's in the left and the right, but even though they look identical, like spotlights, there's another one that's we don't see that's coming from the left and that illuminates the character even more. Some more work on the hair. Now that I look at it a bit more, I think that I should have added more light to his hair on the right side. I guess more reflection of that light source. You never know, I might just go back and rework it at some point. Working more a bit on the eyes. So it kind of looks that he's sleeping, but he's not. His eyes are almost closed, but we cannot see inside of the eye because of the angle. But he's looking down at the stone and kind of almost closing his eyes, as of being thankful that he found it. Kind of this moment, he just found it and he's like, thank you, whatever luck or the universe that I found this after so many years of looking for it. Yeah, some more his beard, adding hair by hair, just a little bit. He's freshly trimmed, or it's maybe today shaved, wherever works for you. Just trying to tell a story with this, and I'm aiming with doing a lot of this series with the different characters, and also landscape design, and I will walk you through with these time-lapse videos explaining what I do, so you can try and do it yourself with your own creations. I'm using just a simple chalk brush. The base of the design and most of it was done by a plain default chalk brush on Photoshop CC. But here and there I used some texture brush just to give a little bit of teeth and a kind of just a little bit of traditional feel to it. You can see some texture areas on the cheekbones and his nose, above his right eye. Yeah, working a little bit on the wrinkles there of the eye socket. Also on the nose, giving more the shape. And always with messing with the hair. As you can see, I'm constantly jumping around the image at different areas because that way it keeps me fresh and I don't get bored. Working a little bit more on that mouth area. Some more shadows there at the cheeks. You can see I've used flesh tones there with oranges and very light rose color, and also some green. As you can see, there's some green on his face. That kinda I used it accidentally because at first I wanted to. I wanted his face to be illuminated by the glow, but then I removed it and added more flesh tone, and some of it was left there, but I kind of liked it in the end. Kind of differentiate, just give it a nice touch of different color gradations. So I just left it there. Fixing a little bit that mouth area, give it more form, more 3D feel to it. Yeah, it's a different angle because he's kinda has his face down, so his neck is not visible because of the of his jaw pressing against his neck as he looks down. So that was a little bit of a challenge to achieve. I think I've managed it at some point, at least I tried. The whole concept is to challenge yourself with every piece and try to get out of your comfort zone, so you eventually get better at it and grow as an artist, and make, as time passes, more believable images of the worlds and characters you want to show. Again, with the hair, you'll probably get tired of me saying that, but something always bugged me, but maybe because I should have worked more on the left side than the right. I just wanted to give a contrast, because more light is hitting his face on the left side and less to the right, but more light is hitting the right side at the hair and less to the left. Yeah, now I'm playing just to add some hairs that are kind of almost white by the light, that's really closer to the light. Or maybe he's just got gray hair here and there because of his age. Because, well, he's not old, but adding a little bit of gray hair to the character gives him more like experience into something that he's been doing. Now, why I decided to do long hair to him, I think it gave him more of a nomadic feel rather than having like plain short hair. Now finally here decided that I want to work on that cigarette because something didn't add up to me. I think I wanted to be like lit, that he's doing it, he's smoking, like part of it has been burned, and so I'm working on that layer by layer, like adding more to it. You'll see I'll be adding some heat to it, like, you know, it's lit, it's on fire. So yeah, some oranges there, here and there to give that impression that he's smoking. That part being burned. Yeah, as you can see, I've tried to maintain a lot of layers, so I could, even though it's a little bit of chaos of layers, if I don't like something, I just delete it and that's it. Adding some very bright red to that orange, so it shows more believable that it's very hot. As you know, a cigarette is very strong heat source. Like if you could burn yourself very easily if you use it on your skin. Some bit of yellow, So it kind of mixes it up and brings a little bit of white. Again, back to the orange. Another layer. I'm just looking at it 100%. As you can see, I'm really zoomed in at the point where you can see the pixels. Just looking again some of the details. Working on the finger. Just thinking that that shadow should be more round and around the edge of that finger. It shouldn't be that harsh. Now at this point, I've I don't know what that part is not showing. I've actually painted the smoke, but I don't know why it's not showing in the video. Anyway, so I decided to add some smoke, and that it goes to the right and kind of gives a feeling that this picture is moving, just an illusion. But to give it a more of that illusion, I should have made the hair to be moving towards the direction of the wind that's been blown by the smoke. But even though if there's no wind, from what I know, the cigarette smoke just moves on itself at a direction. Yeah, decided to add some glow of that emerald stone onto the hair, of course. Reflections. I did this by adding an overlay layer and putting a soft brush, and also doing color dodge again with a soft brush, airbrush, to give it more like a vibrant feel to it. It's more intense light, like green, since it's in the center of the piece. Yeah, and I'm pretty much just adding a little bit of details because at this point I'm thinking that I'm about to finish this. There is, of course, room to work on it a lot more, but at some point you have to decide that you've completed this for you, so it's done. Going back to the chalk brush and just signing the piece, going to the far right always. Gonna sharpen it a little bit more, and then you'll see my final step. As I merge everything together, I will look at the details. I'll do a sharpen so it's more all the details pop out a bit more. Just looking it over. Okay. And then I duplicate the image, filter, stylize, emboss, and it kind of gives that even more sharpness, but more of a painterly look. You could try it yourself on any painting you do, and just playing with the angle and choosing the direction of the light that's coming from the left. Putting an overlay layer and turning down the opacity to 56 approximately. So it's kind of there, but not too much of it. But if you can see the difference with and without it, it's like give it more sharpness with it. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.